Hello and welcome back to Fairy Fucker, and we're finishing the Goddess route in this part.
What a lovely birthday present for me, Pedro.
And to the Glintide! Brilliant!
Wow!
There you go! Happy birthday, Jova!
Pedro, I'm pretty sure Jova is already not a kid, like an adult already. He doesn't need a rite of passage kind of thing.
22nd birthday.
This is a really weird rite of passage.
Immediately! We come back to this after a few weeks of a break, and immediately they throw this at us. Just in case you forgot where you are at.
Alright, right, there's also a villain, I forgot.
I'll sum it up for you. Jara's been kidnapped by boring knobhead here, and we have to defeat him.
Wow, we directly fight him without any kind of major dialogue.
Yes, Teo. Basically,
yeah, I don't buy it.
Basically, Teo, this is a Sephiroth style of fight where we fight him in his human form, and after that we fight him when he fuses with the Vile God. Yes, because of course he's gonna fuse himself with the Vile God, because apparently he can do that.
Except with Sephiroth, the human form was actually the weakest.
Well, that worked there because Sephiroth is the son of Genova, so obviously he would have that ability. But in here, he can just
Sephiroth, sort of Genova.
Weird. Wasn't Cypher Sephiroth all an illusion anyway?
No, it kinda sorta Jova. It was like a mental projection made physical by the live stream.
Or most likely one of the unfinished clones. That one of the many that Tojo made, or something like that. Anyway,
I'm surprised no one in the game made a group called Genova's Witnesses or something.
Why?
Because bad blood.
Oh no, Fang died.
What was the Sephiroth were for?
So yeah, as you can see, guys,
is that like an insta kill?
No, it's not an instant kill. It's because I'm playing on hell difficulty.
It's a kill.
Oh, so we have a difficulty curve here.
Well, this is the one part where you're gonna be able to see what it's like when I'm fighting a hard battle in this game. Basically, fortunately, since I've got all my characters with all abilities and spells, it's very easy for me to, for example, even though he's technically more of a thief, surprisingly, Galdo has healing spells. So, Lola also has healing spells. So I have 2 healers on my party, so it's enough.
Also, nice to see that you ditched your habit of always ending games with, like, the first few party members.
Well, remember, Joe, but that's because I cannot, because Tiara is right now tied up at the moment.
No. What I mean is, like, well, you have Lola instead of Pippin. Like, normally your thing is, like, well, having, like, always the most...
Well, remember, actually, Joe, I have all of those that I have aside from Tiara. Those were just in the first ones.
I'm talking about the ones you brought into battle.
Oh, that. Okay, sure. Whatever. The point is we won.
Alright. Can you stay dead?
Level up. Yay.
Protect this vial. Ah.
Struggle all you like.
Your efforts are futile, cliche.
Look.
Ding.
Because...
Can we just replace all of his dialogue with...
Wait.
Can you just replace all of his dialogue with "I'm evil, I'm evil, I'm evil," and and it's useless?
No, wait. I'm evil. I'm eviler than you times infinity and 1.
Remind me, Pedro. Has Sherman been removing swords from the Vile God? Because that's sort of how the Vile God or the Goddess is summoned.
No. Remember, Jopa. That's one of the ways. The other way is to use a ritual with the Vile God's blood, which is why he needs Tiara.
Oh, sacrifice.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we already established that earlier, but I don't blame you for forgetting it.
So, my question...
It's been a while, so...
So why doesn't he just do the other way, then?
Actually, Joba, I'll get back to you about that in the next part. Well, actually, no, two parts for now, actually. Never mind. Because we still have the PS3 Raws after this.
Yeah, I guess my main point is like, oh, if he didn't...
Oh, no, this is important. This is the scene that we didn't see about when he killed Tiara in the first timeline.
Oh, wait.
Gas.
Wait, so what the heck happened this time?
No, Joba, this is back in the first timeline when he killed Tiara.
I know, but he said that he's killing her because she was part of the Vile God. So, my question is, why is he now trying to summon the Vile God? What, did he get possessed by the Vile God?
He's gonna try to... Anyway, he's gonna try to argue that he wants to wake up the Vile God so that he can try to control the Vile God and use his power for to cleanse the world. But we all know it's bullshit. He's just a fucking it's just a fucking generic evil Virgil, like you said, Jova.
But that's the weird thing. It's like, okay, so in the
could you be any more generic, please, Mr. Vile God?
I don't need you to tell me what to do. That was my plan all along.
So basically,
You think you can tell us what to do?
A character seriously say that sentence.
Sherman killed Tiara.
I'm gonna take a cue from Teo. I'm evil. I'm pointlessly evil.
Tiara to keep the Vile God from reviving. He did it for world peace.
so he actually was all for world peace that first time.
How do I go about bringing up world peace? Let's wake up an evil god. Yeah, that will work.
So, okay, my question is, why did Sherman's motivations change? Like, you know,
I don't.
in the first...
You see, Java, welcome to this concept called bad writing. You see, this thing is where writers change motivations for no reason because they don't care. There you
You
go.
know
Where
the weird thing
writing
is,
goes to die.
you know the weird thing is, like, well, the first time we went through this, it actually does match up with his character. He
Yeah,
takes
needs of the
extreme-
many outweigh the needs of the few. Yeah, I got that game.
It's like, okay, you know, at least with the first time he killed Tiara, it makes a twisted sort of sense that matches up with his character because, you know, he goes about these extremities to keep world peace all in the name of it. That I get, but let me get this straight. Just seeing the Vile God all of a sudden now the second time around makes him want to control the Vile God again.
Also, actual different picture.
Shiroi, this is the part where you're supposed to go awe. So go awe.
My main
we're
problem
doing
is,
this.
like, my main problem
Hey,
is the
you
Vile
ship
God.
these two.
You ship these two, so
I don't like any of them.
But you ship them still.
I was requested to ship them.
For
no. I didn't request you to specifically ship these two. I gave you the
You
options.
asked me to ship characters.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I don't like anyone except for Lola.
We can't ship them with Lola now, can we?
Actually, we can, Gibbs, in the evil goddess route.
Oh,
So-
hello.
Lola's like freaking 10.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought
No,
they
no,
needed...
like, well, she looks like a child, but isn't she a lot older?
Yeah, she's technically
Yeah,
hundreds
she
of years old, Dubs.
But she
Okay.
still looks 10.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me. Now he's gonna try, since Bernard is also descendant of the Vile God, he's gonna try to use the Vile God's power.
Hijacking the plot, yeah.
Wait. You're honestly telling me that
And of course...
And the Vile God! And the Vile...
You're honestly telling me that the name of
Theo, are you
the
okay?
Are you honestly telling me that the name of the great big threatening villain of this game is Bernard?
Yes.
No,
Also,
dude,
there you go, Theo. There you go, guys. Turns out, hold on, Theo. Hold on, Theo. Calm down, Theo. Calm down.
Calm down.
All right. Turns out the Vile God doesn't care about whether or not the sacrifice is from a woman or a man. Turns out you can just sacrifice a man all. So the whole Tiara thing was just a waste of our time.
So here's my question: how did the?
Oh my God! I
Vile
cut through the balls.
Oh god.
They look horrifying.
Hey Joe, I have a question.
Go
Are
ahead.
we sure this is not a comedy?
So, in order to summon the Vile God, someone had to be sacrificed. How did the Vile God show up before anyone was sacrificed?
I don't know, Jova.
Shut up. That's why.
I don't know.
Oh.
That's the thing, Theo. This is supposed to be comedic.
Oh, so now Sherman's fused with the Vile God.
That's frightening to look at.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to your nightmare for the next few weeks.
I don't know.
Thank you very much for that.
Has enough power to destroy this entire world.
Yeah. We're doing. This is literally JRPG Climax 101. Like, completely.
I think even Blue Dragon was more inspired than this. I mean,
a tough
you know,
one.
Blue Dragon-
Back.
I mean,
It's
at least
tough.
the Dragon actually did have the mindset to try and mix things up near the end and not go with the ever so generic, I just want to destroy the world. Like, you know, Nene, well, ended
Actually,
up...
well, Deathroy kinda was like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm referring more so to Nene.
The only good thing about Deathroy is that he made me wish to actually understand more of the lore of the game, because it just dumps you with more lore that a sneak peek of the lore, but you never practically got, aside from some murals here and there.
Okay. When I talk about the endgame of Blue Dragon, I'm talking mainly about what we were led to believe was the main villain. Like, the difference between that and here is like, well, we've known for a long time that Sherman is the villain, but yet now he's this generic, wants to destroy the world thing. And
also, this is supposedly the canonic ending of the original version. Again,
Yeah.
Bernard, which was hyped up also as this supposed Sephiroth clone trying to hijack the plot, you get to fight him once, and he's a cakewalk, and now gets impaled like a complete idiot.
that
But
reminds
again,
me, Pedro,
like I said, his name's Bernard. That's the name you give your granddad or something.
that reminds me, Pedro, is this the game that you were referring to when you said that it's clear which route they want you to take canonically?
Yes.
I mean,
I'm not gonna. I'll get into that when it becomes relevant.
I mean, what if there's like, what if you had like another RPG where you have to give this? Imagine they give a grandiose intro to the villain, and now the big villain, the ruler of worlds, destroyer of stars. I give you Dave.
I will admit, sometimes
Threatening
sometimes
Wasn't
that
there
can
like a SpongeBob episode that goes like that, with Plankton presenting the representative from the chum bucket, which is like a big little guy? Anyway, go ahead, Jova.
I mean, okay. Okay, to be fair, tropes like that can work occasionally for humor's sake, or if they're in a world where a lot of people are kind of, mundanely named already.
And yet somehow he's still alive.
Pedro, did you just press the skip button there
No.
for a bit?
No, all you're seeing
Wow.
is exactly how it goes.
That was such a clumsy edit there.
Gee,
Again,
we've never
right?
seen anything like that in this game, have we?
Remember, Jova, this game cost us about as much as cost us buying a tin of soup from the shop.
What the fuck?
What the
Power
fuck was
of
up with that
goddess.
sound effect?
It sounded 80-ish.
And the power of the goddesses is
A sword.
Is J-pop rock.
Yes.
Oh, great, my favourite.
It's his Fair Eyes outfit with a different sword. Also, to be fair, J-pop is used a lot better in Azure Striker Gunvolt.
It's still J-pop.
Used better in Azure Striker
There you go,
Gunvolt,
Teo.
used terribly here.
There you go, Jova. He tried to save Tiara despite her being the Vile God's daughter, and that proved that he's actually worthy of the goddess's power. There you go.
It's not like he's been doing that for a good portion of his playthrough, now has he? Oh wait.
True.
I don't know. As like I've said before, I've given up understanding this plot a long time ago. It's populated with either Lola, who's like the only likable character in the game. Everyone else is either a pleb or bland.
Except for Galdo.
Not just that, but exactly. Not just that, but don't worry, Dwebs. After we finish this campaign, we can just start over with a new storyline.
Oh right, that's right, Galdo, whose character traits are that he's Canadian.
And that he's heroic, that is more meaning that he's a better version of
But
Bang
Jova,
all
that's like
around, how
every
he's-
character in this game. What else does Galdo have other than he's Canadian?
Well,
Betraying,
also that-
a villain who joined your team because he betrayed the
Dear,
person who saved your life.
hold on, Teo. Dear Lord, game, how many times are you gonna get me in a battle with it that I'm supposed to lose?
Like, seriously. If you're gonna have this many battles that the player is supposed to lose, then, properly have something that represents why they lost. Like, give an alternate cutscene after we beat them. Or, actually have at least an ending animation.
Well,
Or
actually,
better
that
yet-
particular boss that you saw there, you cannot beat him even if you max out to level 999 because it's just
I know.
he's designed to
But
be
that's-
a big sponge. So
Fair enough. This is one of the few exceptions where it makes sense, though, because,
fuck?
Did the game blow up?
I think so.
Oh god, he's in the construct of the Matrix.
Actually, I think it's an Apple Store.
there you go.
Wait, so Sherman is...
Again with the royalty-free music.
German's trying to be Morpheus and
Not just that.
Wait, so he realizes he's done wrong, or was he?
Yes.
possessed by the Vile God?
Yes, he's only now has he realized that. Yeah, there you go. He was consumed by the Vile God. So now he's asking Fang to kill him and shit.
Resident Evil 7 did this so much better anyway.
In doing so, I thought I would be able to control
Yeah,
the Vile
pretty
God's
much.
power. But as you can see, things turned out rather
Be strong, Shiroi.
So Fang,
You know, I wonder if games like this will ever come on the Switch or something.
please.
Okay.
Actually,
you know,
well, this guy already has the 5th game on the Switch, so...
Okay, I have a major issue.
I don't want to taint this guy with this thing.
No. What he means to is if there's gonna be a lot of anime JRPGs on the Switch, this guy this guy 5 is in it. So
Need to increase my library for it soon.
Okay, can I mention a big problem with how this boss fight is going?
go ahead.
There are only so many times you can have the climactic, let's end this once and for all thing before
Yeah.
it just becomes boring. Like, seriously, we literally just had the whole, Fang now is the power of the goddess, so he's gonna end this for now. But now we have another pause, which I guess is to give him a little strength. Never mind, beforehand we also had the once and for all thing, and then the power for now.
That line also is so generic that I cannot stand it anymore. The whole, oh, let's end this once and for all now. Just overused much.
For comparison's sake, in Final Fantasy VII, one of the climactic battles was first against Genova. Then we started going up against Sephiroth. And to be fair, even when we had several different Sephiroth final bosses, we only had the one final climactic speech from Cloud before going up against Bizarro Sephiroth and Safer Sephiroth.
Yeah, Safer Sephiroth pretty much adds no introduction whatsoever.
Alright.
And then after that, we have that cutscene, which then, without any dialogue, leads us to the final battle with Sephiroth. Again, it has a better sense because, you know, with the final battle with Sephiroth, that was something meant to catch you off guard. Here, though, it's like they're constantly trying to say, oh, don't worry, you're not actually gonna die. It's like, we get it already. You're kind of cheapening the blow of stuff. Also, you know, it's nice that you're trying to make Sherman all redeemable, but maybe you should have explained why
also,
on Earth
and also the pacing is too fast for it to be believable.
Don't worry, Joba. Remember, Ken Ito is aware of the problems. He is aware.
Yes. They dedicated 2 different routes to fixing them, apparently.
That's
Instead of, you know...
Fixing the one they already
one.
have. Yeah. No, it's like I've said before, Joba. They didn't actually fix anything. They just added more.
And the problem is
tried
that
to
just
cover up the problem.
No.
Yes.
And the problem is, like, well, whether or not those other routes are better, you still have to... Wait, do you have to replay for the first half to get to them?
Well, you have to at the first half of the first half until we get to that first time travel moment. You know, that part is always canon, regardless of which route you're going for.
I get that.
So that one first half of the original PS3 game is always there, regardless of which path you're going.
Yeah, but Jova is asking if continuity-wise, like you have to the game after the end of this resets at a predetermined point, or you have to restart a new game plus.
Yeah. After this, the game starts over with a new game plus. Yes.
And that's part of the problem. See, you must.
Well, you can't. Well, actually, Jova, let me just. I think I know what you're gonna ask, so allow me to say this. On your first playthrough, your very first one that you do with this game, it is possible to get the Vile God route at first, not the Evil Goddess route though. You'll need at least one. Full playthrough before you can unlock the Evil Goddess route. So there's that. That's because you have to, in order to unlock the Evil Goddess route, you have to, God damn it, game. Sponge. There you go, Tail. Tiara is a sponge of level 4, and Billa is a sponge of level 5. Anyway, it's because Joba, you have to take out. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's skip it. It's because, Joe, you have to take out 16 swords of the Vile God to unlock the Evil Goddess route, and there's no way you're going to be able to do that in the first playthrough that you do. You're going to have to at least do one playthrough before and go for a new game plus. So, technically, it is possible to play through the entire game without going for the Goddess route. It's just that, why would you do that? Because you're literally abdicating of a third of this game's content. You know,
that feels like what fans, that feels like what the general gaming public said to this game.
and not just that, Jova, remember, the game never makes it clear. The game never even hints at how you go about choosing routes. You have to go check the internet, or as Tay would say, buy the official strategy guides. The game itself never actually tells you how to pick a route. There's no clear moment where the game, alright, where do we go from here or something. No, you just have to know that you have to draw this specific number of swords from the Vile God to unlock this route. Like, yeah, because that's easy to figure out. And allow me to remind you, Jova, in the beginning of the game, Tiara and Aaron specifically tell us that we should not take swords from the Vile God because that's bad. So in order to unlock 2/3 of this game's content, you have to go against what the game tells you to do.
Which, okay, I guess you could assume that'll be your typical evil ending or something, but then apparently the third and final ending also involves taking swords out of the Vile God.
There's no bad. No.
I'm talking about what one would assume based on stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what was the point of that small cutscene of that guy saying, "I'm all powerful, you're no longer relevant"? What, did he power up or something?
It was like the special attack, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, that was a special attack? You need the cutscene just for a special attack? And I don't mean that the attack itself was a cutscene. No.
Well, remember, Jova, this is
Supernova. What I mean is, like, well, he gave a cutscene before said attack.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. This is the game that gave us the supernova attack. So the genre that gave us a supernova attack. So, yeah.
See, supernova works because the attack itself is a cutscene. But there he gives
It goes on for a bit too long, though.
And then we get an attack.
Fortunately, in the new Steam and PS4 ports, you can just speed up the game. So.
Hopefully with the remake.
Can you speed it up to it finishes in like 2 minutes?
No, if you speed up if you activate the speed up option, it will be over quickly. Don't worry, it's not a problem anymore.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, way to break the mood.
Yeah, and allow me to remind everybody, you can disable those notifications for cutscenes, not for battles though. You can when you go to the menu, it says disable. I forgot the exact words that the game, but disable thing, and then the word is never or in events only. Like there's no way to disable them for good. I tried.
Disable dong.
Why would those even things anyway?
Because they want you to know that you've achieved one of the challenges, I guess.
Oh, no. I get that. What I mean is like, oh, how is it even possible for it to happen during a cutscene? I mean, well, don't those immediately happen upon you making the?
It is actually because there's a challenge. There's a challenge that involves playing the game for X number of hours. So it can happen if you manage if the timer on the clock
pop up anytime.
So let me get this straight. During a cutscene, you may get that notification jingle just for playing the game a certain point during cutscenes.
Don't worry, Jova.
That's the default.
Don't worry, Jova. The game allows you to disable them in cutscenes.
You know, Pedro, I'm almost kind of sad you didn't keep that in because.
Jova, it would kind of be like the join or thing from Blue Dragon.
No, think about it, guys. Sorry. It would have interrupted the annoying trumpet music.
Don't trust me, Jova. Just be grateful that I'm not doing I'm not sure what you're saying right now is not my very first playthrough. Because if I did a completely new game, you'd be seeing these notifications pop up all over throughout the playthrough.
I know. What I'm saying is like, well, if you had those notifications on for some of the cutscenes, we might have had it interrupt the trumpet music, which do you think that would have been better
nice
or worse?
For our sanity.
Maybe that's why I can play during cutscenes, is because they knew people would get tired of that stupid theme. Also,
I just wish they knew sooner.
Also, speaking of themes, I feel like we've heard this boss theme already.
Jova, we ran out of we ran out of music budget, so sorry.
But it's supposed to be the final boss.
And we use a boss theme that's been used
by
other bosses before.
I can tell you that the extra evil bosses from the alternate routes of the PS4 version have new tracks at least.
Okay, seriously, even for a remake, the least you could do is actually change music up for these routes. Like
more like a port, but whatever.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, go. Isn't my Fairy
Enhanced
Fencer
support.
F, you know, go like a remake of the original Fairy Fencer?
No. Well, it's more like an enhanced port. I mean, I've played both versions, and trust me,
Oh,
this is
finally.
this is an enhanced port. These are still the same character models, the exact same textures. Like all they really did
And he's
is
still going.
all they really did, Jova, is upgrade the resolution so that the visuals look nicer. Above the frame rate to 60 FPS, and add more content. That's really all they did. Trust me.
Well, but
aside
I'm
from,
sorry,
aside from that, this is the exact same game.
Well, even for a scaled-up port with extra content, the least you could do is actually add in music, you know? You can very well do that, as Resident Evil, the director's cut showed, for better or for worse.
Alright, we're almost done.
That reminds me, Tio, what's your favorite soundtrack from Resident Evil, the director's cut?
Oh.
Cool.
Well, I guess, what's the name?
The basement theme?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a classic.
It sounds like if parents from the Peanuts gallery, from Peanuts, were pumping each other in an orange.
Alright, Jova, I hope this boss has fulfilled your quota for watching challenging gameplay from this game, because after
this, it's all easy mode.
No, after this, I bumped the game down to hard mode for the sake of getting through faster.
Aww, oh well.
I hope this will at the very least fill your needs.
Well, to be fair, so it's difficulty. I'm like, okay, it's turn-based difficulty too. It's like, Now, higher difficulty in say a game like an action RPG is interesting here and there.
Well, it is the final boss too.
But seriously though, that was our final boss, and we didn't have a unique...
I accidentally pressed L2 there. Sorry.
What? Wait. What does L2 do?
Skip cutscenes.
Yeah, I'm not caring.
Thank you, Goddess's voice.
I love how it just says Goddess's voice, not Goddess. Goddess's voice.
also, for some reason, everyone is fairized along.
Oh no! Faye might die! How will I survive?
And I don't care. He's obviously alive, come on.
I'm just wondering why Aaron's also fairized all of
Hey Shiroi, are you fearful for...
I take the Jova that it was taken from the Eam battle.
Wait, so who's running Dorfa now?
Mariana.
Also, yes, Pedro?
Fang might be dead. Just thought I'd tell you this.
Also, Pedro, why was there a notification at the end of the battle for Mariana leveling up?
That's because Mariana is one of the party members you can get in the Evil Goddess route. Well, actually, that you do get, actually. You do get.
Wait for the game to spoil that.
Well, to be fair, Joe, but that only happens because I'm on New Game Plus. If I was not on New Game Plus, and I've been, and you have to go through the Evil Goddess route at least once to unlock her notification. So don't worry. Don't. It's like, who cares? Are you even?
To be honest, I'm even struggling to pretend that I care.
If you have time to shop,
so is this like the epilogue thing?
Yes.
So Mariana was good all along, apparently?
No, she's not. She's just running the company now because she's the only executive left.
Please, not that. Anything but that.
Bernard got impaled like an idiot. Sherman died. This question too. What exactly makes that so funny to you? Because
the fucking timing.
Wait.
He's like, oh yes, he tries to eject the plot. Oh, I'm totally the new evil, and then immediately.
It's like, wow. It's like, wow, that was not only cliche, but that was a lazily done cliche.
And comedic timing.
You can't even do cliches right, game.
So I guess now we're doing the where are they now sort of.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Even though that's kind of a stupid thing to do after, you just have a climactic blast and you have no idea what happened.
Question. I guess we're gonna see in a second, pretty much, but not taking consideration the other two routes, thinking that if this was the original PS3 ending and everything,
yes, it was.
Did it sequel baited?
No.
Oh, weirdly enough.
Also, question: did you have like the different multiple love interest choices in the original?
Yes. The goddess route in this game is exactly the same as in the PS3. The only difference is the slightly touched up script, as I've been showing throughout this playthrough.
So I forget. There was like only 2 love interest options for this route, or were there
Yes,
3?
Tiara and Eren. Only Tiara and Eren, or be alone. In the other routes, we'll have more options.
That's right.
They're not gonna pull anything like Time and Eternity, are they? Where the true ending is legal polygamy.
No. There is no in-canon ship, at least not as far as I'm aware.
I want to learn more about the world, so I'm even more
About.
fun to be
About.
around.
Get it, Canadian.
So what was that battle anyway?
I don't know. Oh, hi Pippin, you're still in this game.
Wait, so even the
Yeah,
characters are not
Pippin was
confused as to what
completely
happened?
irrelevant to the climax. He did
He
no-
didn't have a single line.
Oh my god, we're back to square one and the goddess and Vile God are now back in the deep sleep.
No, don't worry, Jova. The Vile God also went back to sleep, so now everything's cool now.
I know. That means we're back to square one.
Well, the world didn't get destroyed, so...
So it's like Dragon Ball. After
Again,
someone
question.
Shenron, the Dragon Ball scatters again.
Here's the problem. What's stopping another evil corporation from...
I don't see any perverted old man here, though.
Again?
Didn't miss anything.
We killed the Vile God, well, put him to sleep more like, and now we're seeing we're doing the usual, where are they and what are they doing after the battle and shit. The ending,
Wait,
basically.
remember how when we started this plot, the Vile God and the goddess were both asleep?
Yeah.
Now we're back to square one. We're both asleep again, and there's nothing ever stopping another evil organization from starting this evil plan all over again.
She's lacking in common sense and is
Like, okay, yeah, Pedro, has the story yet to reveal a reason why
No.
somebody can't...
under my wing.
So,
We're just supposed to take it that now everything's peachy, so we're fine. Anyway, Pippin is going to take Ethel under his wing, and he's going to teach her how to be a normal person, and he's going to raise her and educate her and all that good stuff. There you go, Teo. Pippin does something.
Yay.
also, you know, for comparison's sake, for as many problems as Final Fantasy VIII had, at least things changed by the end. At least we could gas it up that the day was saved, for as much as it mattered.
I'll get into that later.
Your home, right, Holly?
Yeah.
I understand you have articles, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, she's a researcher. Too bad that particular aspect of her personality barely makes an appearance.
Have you ever heard of this Tintin guy? You may get along so well.
When light and darkness still bore life, the god
King-
Ah, get it? No, get it? That's literally the very first line of the opening narration. Get it? Because she's the one who's gonna write that whole narration thing. See, Teo? We came full circle.
I think it's a
So it's a book
Would you agree,
ending.
Bahas?
Also, what is this music? I get that the music is. I guess that you're trying to do the whole triumphant thing, but it still doesn't really
It's the
fit.
same triumphant theme they used throughout the entire game, so it doesn't really stand out much.
Oh, hi, Tiara.
Remember? You and Darren.
Remember?
Man,
Wait.
Yeah, you're right.
So, Fang's alive, just like
Aaron
that.
really disappear?
yes.
Oh, wait, so Aaron
She was
disappeared?
originally
Well, remember, she was. Yeah, what thing is saying?
went back to where she belonged.
There you go.
That's surprisingly suddenly sad.
You're sad for Aaron's departure?
No, but I mean in terms of tone that it's trying to accomplish.
But,
I mean,
but that's okay, Teo. They got to say goodbye, as you're about to see.
Oh, okay.
Let me guess.
Weird pacing, but
Let me
okay.
guess. In the ending where you ship Aaron with Fang, she survives, but then Tiara has to go because
Don't worry, Jova. You're gonna see the alternate endings after this anyway, so hold that thought.
in this part.
You'll always
Yes.
be a partner
No,
of me.
I
Yes.
guess it makes sense since there's only 2 alternate ones.
So what? Has Aaron died?
No. She went back to the goddess to sleep as well.
Wait, so doesn't that mean
I'm
Fang's no
going
longer
to
a fencer
sleep.
then?
I get the first Tales of Celia pulled this better, and the second ruined it, but that's our story.
And now a
Subtitles.
J ballad.
Okay, look. If you want to give a Japanese song, how about some subtitles so we can understand the lyrics?
Yeah, Freedom Planet did that. Sorry, not Freedom Planet.
Planet.
Fantasy Life did that.
I didn't know Pixie was Japanese.
Sorry. Also,
they're showing us Japanese cast as
also,
well.
here's what.
English cast.
Yeah, actually, thank you, Joe. I was about to get into that. Here's the complaint I have: in none of these games, regardless of whether you're playing the PS3 version, regardless of which credits roll you're watching, they never credit the English actors.
Wow, that's terrible.
The English actors don't show up in any of these credits.
But it's weird. Why would they omit that?
Not only that, but they give us
Funny
the
enough, that
English
actually
names.
happens. That happens sometimes. I don't know why.
But seriously though, the English actors need their credit for this game. Seriously.
Maybe
Yeah.
they
More work
requested
at
not
this
to be
game.
credited.
Yeah, not only are the actors genuinely charismatic and funny, as I've seen in their.
They're trying at least to
Yeah.
like the game.
Like
No
I've
wonder
said-
they made fun
I know
of
I've said this
game.
before.
That's what they did on that show that Pedro showed me.
Yeah, I know I've said this before, but anybody out there who hasn't seen it, go check out Voices of Gaming, Fairy Fencer F, and you'll see the actors who play Fang, Aaron, and Tiara playing the game and making fun of it as they go along, and they're genuinely charismatic and funny. They're genuinely awesome people. It's just a shame that they have to be stuck with something like this. And you can, and like Jova said, they can tell they were trying to make something, because the voice acting is definitely not a problem. The English voice acting is actually really, really good. I think all the actors clearly tried their best to make something of what they had, but of course
The issues the script.
yeah. So
Also,
we're not gonna. But also another thing, we're not gonna do final thoughts right now because this part is already long enough as it is. We're gonna save it for after we finish the 2 PS3 RAWs, because that's when we'll finally get the full Goddess Route experience after those 2 RAWs. So
Besides, it makes sense that we should give our final thoughts, when we complete this game in full anyway.
well, I was thinking of doing a pre-final thoughts after we.
Matters, really?
Yes.
Oh my, Toby Fox must be. Well, if he
And
were
no,
dead, he'd be rolling
no, the
around in
Earthbound
his
Papas
grave.
have nothing to do with the Mother series. They just called themselves that because I'm guessing they're fans of Earthbound. But the point is, well, Jova, here's the thing. Remember,
Still, someone's rolling around somewhere being angry.
Yeah.
remember, Jova, the Goddess Route was the PS3, the whole story of the PS3 version. So so after the PS3 RAWs, I think final thoughts on the original PS3 version is warranted.
Fair point. It's like when we did final thoughts on the first campaign of the crossover, then the extra campaign.
And the second and the second PS3 RAW is like 21 minutes or something, so it's very good for doing that. Let me check again.
But yeah, seriously though,
Real quick.
I'm kind of angry at this game now for not crediting.
Oh, never
the English
mind. RAW
voice
2 is 41 minutes. Never mind.
I'm more confused than angry. I mean, I can understand legitimately why but I'm confused why we would omit that. Like, it's on purpose or something.
You mean the English cast?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean,
It's
I
not
guess
like it takes space or anything.
All right. I'm sorry, guys. I miscalculated. Turns out, RAW 2 of the 2 PS3 RAWs that I recorded, the second one is 41 minutes, so it's not that much shorter than this one. So, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to do your final thoughts now, or?
yeah,
No,
we can
I wanna see what else has in store for the original,
Yeah,
just to
let's
have
just
a
leave
more
it.
clear thing.
Which makes me wonder, Michael, if we're seeing
I
the
can get-
other 2 love interest endings, in
Yeah,
this,
yes,
what more
Lives,
is there
you're
to the
gonna
next
twist your tongue again. We know that.
I can give my preliminary final thoughts.
Save them for after the 2 PS3 RAWs. Does might as well, since everybody's
Anyway.
doing it as well. So.
So my question, Pedro, is this, Michael, if we're also going to see the 2 alternate love interest endings in this part, what else is there to the original PS3?
I'm gonna show certain alternate cutscenes that I didn't
Yeah,
show.
remember, Trevor, they altered some dialogue.
Yeah, I did show some of them throughout this playthrough, as you guys might remember. However, I didn't show all of the differences because I didn't want to just keep. I wanted to, at the very least, keep this focused. So I figured there's a bit too much, and I'm not gonna interrupt this every 2 parts for a different version of a scene. So I'm just gonna save most of them for 2 RAWs made for that specific purpose.
That sounds like a good idea, although I guess I'm kind of wondering then why you didn't just have those, okay, why didn't you have all the differences with Aaron just dedicated to, that, and then, afterwards then show the ending with Aaron as opposed to showing the endings with Aaron and Malone also in this
No,
part.
I don't think you're understanding, Joe. But all those different cutscenes that they're not specifically Aaron cutscenes. They're just cutscenes in general with random members of the group. There's no particular cuts. There's no cutscenes involving Aaron from the PS3 version that were cut on this version. It's basically the same.
Wait, there were cutscenes that we didn't go over? It felt like we went through all of them.
Trust me, Jova. This game has shit ton of cutscenes, as Teo explained in part 10. Anyway,
Okay.
alright, so yeah, that was Very Fencer F, Avant Dark Force, the Goddess Route.
I
So
can't
now
believe
what's
this game
gonna
literally
happen?
just came out last year. It feels...
And now post-credit scene, because Shira shipped these two, they end up together.
You look
Thanks
like
very
you're
much,
remembering
Siri.
something perverted.
Thank you, game, because we could have had a romantic scene here, but
I
no.
don't like any of these people.
Yes,
Okay.
We could have had a romantic scene here, but no, let's just have Tiara throw in this random perverted joke out of nowhere.
I mean, his face doesn't even look like that either, unless this is something that's been going on between them, and it hasn't really been.
Let's just say the whole "you're thinking your face looked really creepy" thing was much better in Yokai Watch, and moving on. All right.
So she was Joseph and that's the bond they shared.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Like I care.
Also, you have dead eyes, lady.
I want to know more about you than anyone else.
That sounds like you're proposing. Otherwise, that's pretty creepy.
Why would he hate you for saying that?
Pour your heart out like that all of a sudden?
Sure.
Crying your heart out.
Aww.
No, don't all this. Don't enable
My mom,
this.
no, my mom,
Also-
my mom's lifetime soaps have more heart than this.
Also, discount Suteki da name.
That too. And there you go, guys. Fang and Tiara end up together, all thanks to Shiroi.
And I don't give a single fuck. Moving on.
I don't
Thank
even
you,
remember who I shipped.
I mean, I guess it's...
Alright, so here's another problem to you. Here's how the New Game Plus works. After you finish it, it asks you what you want to carry over. Characters, character levels, weapon boost, fairies, items, gold, playtime,
Yeah,
quest rank.
it's the same in the new Tales of games.
My problem is that the game doesn't ask you to save a New Game Plus file. It just asks you what you want to carry over, you click confirm, and then the New Game Plus starts immediately. You don't even get an option to return to the title screen. There's no way to actually save a proper New Game Plus back to 0 file. Instead, the game just starts over again. It doesn't actually ask me to save or anything. It just keeps going.
God, so many
Isn't-
notifications for DLC, Jesus.
Isn't kind of what the same as happened in the Dark Souls games?
True, but that game was much more easily replayable than this, if you ask me.
What was up with
I
all those
guess.
DLC announcements? I mean, I thought you'd already played through this.
No, Jova. Sadly, every time I start a New Game Plus, regardless of how many times it told me already, it keeps telling me that the DLC is there for some reason. I don't...
Why? Most games, when you already know that, don't tell you again.
So yeah, as you can see, the game literally just starts all over again. It doesn't even allow me to return to the title screen until I skip all the cutscenes and then go back to the title screen.
So let me get this straight. You have to play through the first level just to save your New Game Plus?
Yes.
Wow, so...
Get it.
So if you turn off the game before completing this, you're boned regarding that.
And now, time for the other news. Thank you, Redford Dimension Gaming, for singing me a lot of hassle.
Did you
Hey,
make sure
Redford,
to say
what?
It's right there in
Name of the
the
channel.
bottom left corner.
Oh, that.
He's uploaded all the Fire Fencer F Avant Dark Force endings, and he's recorded them in 60 frames per second even. So thanks, dude. So yeah, this is what happens if you ship him with. I think it's the Aaron one here.
Yeah, I guess.
So let me get this straight. It literally starts off the same with Fang.
Actually, no. This is the normal ending. This is the ending that happens if you don't ship Fang with no one.
I'll never forget you. Don't worry. You'll always be a part of me.
No, he won't.
You.
No, she won't.
You'll be in my heart.
Bye, Aaron.
Bye.
Well, at least your sacrifice won't be in vain.
What's R3D?
That's the name of the channel I took this from, Debs. Try to keep up, please.
Thief.
Oh my.
Fine, you play this game a bajillion different times if you're so great.
Dwebs, it's only theft if you claim it as your own, but Pedro credited the thing, so no, it's not.
He's still a thief, though.
Not just that, but remember, it's kind of like in
Stop
Catherine.
listening to the internet, Dwebs.
It's kind of like it's kind of like with Catherine. If it wasn't for Radbread, I would have to have played that game 11 times.
Also, King's Quest for the death videos.
That
And
too,
the
yeah.
neutral endings for Undertale.
Thank you.
Shitty, going to go find her
But his
food
Shitty
shop.
Paradox is awesome. Go see his channel.
And Beyond Two Souls we did this for too.
Well, Beyond Two Souls is much easier because the endings are... You don't have to play entirely through the beginning to see each
Isn't that
ending.
only with the PS4 re-release, though?
No, the PS4 release is the same thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I was wondering if that was one of the changes.
No, the only change is the chronological order option.
No one has ever done that.
Can we send you off? Okay, then here's a red card. Go away.
Sure. I have a prediction.
So where's he sending her off to? What?
The Shadow Realm.
escorting her?
The dressing room. She dived in the box.
So until that day comes, let us go
Get
our
in the
separate ways.
box.
No, she dived in the
Wait.
box.
Wait, hold on. So you're going your separate ways. I thought you wanted him to see you off. Does that mean he's going with you a bit of the way?
Too bad, it's over. Okay.
Please felt trapped for
Wait,
me.
and
that
now-
was editing, right?
It's all over now.
No, but trust me, sure. After that white screen, nothing more happens. Trust me, I didn't hide anything.
Okay.
The post-credit
The
screen
journey
for
to
that, I'm
discover my
guessing.
true self awaits.
Yeah. Each game has a different post-credits thing depending on the choice. Right now, we're watching the Aaron ending, and now you'll notice that the conversation with Aaron in the Aaron path is the exact same, except for one extra line that Aaron says.
I guess
Boy, I can't wait to see how Aaron survives.
Well,
with this one.
technically. Oh, trust me, Jova. The excuse they pull out of their ass is so lame you don't even know. But anyway, aside from that one extra scene with Fang and Aaron, you also get one extra line. There we go.
Goodbye, Fang. I love you.
There you go. If you're on Aaron's path, she says
Totally worth it.
she said
Hey,
no.
you know,
No, it's okay. There's also another scene though. There's
hey, at least I'll give this game credit. At least unlike Beyond Two Souls, it doesn't feel the need to try and force her to be the love interest, even if we go out of our way to pick her to not be the love interest. The part that happens where Jodie will say, "I always loved Clayton." I mean Ryan.
Hold on.
If
Can't forget about the meat, right? The meat!
suddenly Aaron.
wait, what was she revived by his love of meat or something,
Bad-mouthing me. You're the one who's always stealing my food.
or is it because?
Great, but we finished this game with bickering. Yay!
About food.
That's
Thank you, game. Classic.
sure. It's weird.
Stay classy.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Let her explain.
I have a theory for why
She has a theory.
in this world.
All right, Aaron. What's your theory?
What's that?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
He's kind of nonchalant about the fact that the woman he loves is now alive.
Never bathe in the goddess's light. I think you wish to stay with me forever.
Wait, hold on. So he wait. So let me see if I can get this straight. When he had the goddess's power, he had the power to wish for anything.
And he wished for Aaron to stay with him.
Why
At least he didn't wish for wood.
Why didn't he wish for things to go back to normal? Why couldn't he have wished for the vile god to be sealed forever? Why couldn't he have
Actually,
wished-
Jova, I think the game is trying to process this as he had the internal thought of wanting her to be safe. He wasn't conscious about the fact that he couldn't wish for that.
I
Let's
get
have-
that. I
Hey,
get that.
Jova.
The problem is that, with this revelation, we now realize how game-breaking that superpower goddess form of his was.
Together forever.
You do realize that in theory, this means that he could have solved so much by just quote-unquote wishing things properly. And you're telling me that all this time, Fang didn't focus on trying to save everyone, which was, his whole rant that he was going on about, trying to make it so that nobody has to die. Why wasn't that at the forefront? That's what his whole character during this second part of the time was
Hold on,
about.
Dubs,
But
we get it, Jove. It's stupid.
What if it's but Jova? What if it's like Calypso in Twisted Metal keeps twisting the wishes?
Well, the game didn't think of that.
Yeah, he wished to stay with Fang forever, but he goes inside Fang and stuff.
You.
So Aaron is back thanks to the power of wishing. Wow, it's like the writers of this and Troll in Central Park got together at some point.
Anyway, everybody, that was the goddess route. Before we jump into the other two routes, we're going to take a break from the PS4 version, and we're going to go to the PS3 version and check the some other cutscenes that were altered. And we're going to see. So we're going to see the original PS3 versions just for the sake of a bit of completionism of a bit before we give our final thoughts on the goddess route. So see you then.
In the words of the immortal Dwayne Harley, I can hardly wait.
Yeah. See you, everybody.
Nah, I need a new catchphrase soon. See ya.
Yep.